All right, let's go straight to this, if you don't mind, Mr. Shevlin. I think we're going to be joined right now by Donald Trump. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can I tell you, I've been to rock concerts yesterday that did not have the energy amongst the crowd that you had.
Well, that's good. That's good. We have great energy. You know, we were in Fort Wayne yesterday, among many other places, and that was an amazing crowd we had, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it.
Can I tell you also, you play the Rolling Stones louder than the Rolling Stones do, by the way.
Great.
So, we've had a lot of analysis on the radio station in the past couple of weeks about Donald Trump and his road to victory. And millennials are going to play a part in that. Veterans are going to play a part in that. There's a lot of different backgrounds that are coming around Donald Trump. In particular, what do you say to millennials and what do you say to the veterans?
Well, the millennials are amazing because, and you probably noticed it. So you were there, actually.
I was actually there, yes, sir.
Okay, good. And you saw the crowd is just going crazy, and thousands of people outside that we can't get in. And, they're large venues, and we can't, I left 2 days ago. I've been in Indiana for a couple of days, and before that, a few days with Bobby Knight, who's going to be here today, by the way, excitingly. But we were in Los Angeles for a little while in California. We had 31 and 40,000 people at these events, and they were so young. And yesterday, when you look at Fort Wayne, how young the people are. Even when I'm speaking, I'm saying, wow, these people are really young. And, it's about jobs. It's about the message. We can talk about the strong military. I think the millennials, they haven't seen the horrors of what happens when you're not strong. I think with them, it's more jobs. And I think that they're in college, and you look at what's going on with the colleges, and you look at the kind of tremendous cost increases, and the fact that these young people are borrowing money up to their chins, and they can't pay back, and they can't get a job when they graduate. I mean, the biggest problem is they can't get jobs, good jobs, when they graduate. So I'm actually really surprised sometimes, and now I'm not surprised anymore because the people are so young and so enthusiastic. And I actually think that we're going to get a lot of the Bernie Sanders young people, because he also has young people, and we're going to get a lot of the Bernie Sanders young people joining because they really want to have, it's about, they hate the trade deals that are being made by our country, and they understand it, and they get it, and they want jobs. They have to get jobs. So it has been a very young audience. Yeah,
in this part of the state, and because Indiana you have to declare, it's interesting to note that there is a fair number of young people that are deciding that they will publicly declare that they're a member of their father's party, which is different here in the state of Indiana.
Which is pretty great. And in New York, where we had a huge victory, but in that one, if you're registered as a Democrat, you have to be a Democrat. Republican, you have to be a Republican. And they had a group of people going around interviewing the poll, going to the polls where people vote. And these are people that have worked there for 20 years, 30 years. One was there 41 years and said, we've never had a case like this where so many people are coming in that are Democrats and independents and people that have never voted before. And they want to know, where can they vote for Trump? How do they vote for Trump? And we're going to have a big crossover vote, and that's going to be great for the Republicans because the Republican march to win is really it's a much tougher path than the Democrats have, as you know. I mean, you lose one state and it's over. Whereas I'm going to pick up states like New York that aren't even in play for anybody else. I mean, Cruz got 10%; he got nothing in New York. They ran him out of town, and I think we'll win like Michigan, and we'll win other states that no other Republican will even campaign in, and I'm going to win them. And that gives you a big, big margin to victory. And a lot of people are talking about it now. But we've had an amazing time in Indiana, and an incredible time with Bobby Knight, but we've had an amazing time in Indiana.
I have friends that are in the steel industry, in steel dynamics, and you were talking about the steel industry, you were talking about the Chinese system. This actually could go to part of what you're talking about when you call the system crooked and rigged, is some of our international trade.
Yeah, well, it's true, and a lot of things are rigged. I mean, the whole voter system is rigged. If I weren't winning by as much as I'm winning by, a normal person, a normal campaign could never survive because It's all rigged by the bosses. It's all rigged by special interests who want to, keep ripping off the United States. It's a rigged system. I'll tell you, I've never seen anything like it. Where you win Arizona by massive amounts. I don't mean close. I don't mean like you win by 2 votes. You win by a tremendous amount. It's a total landslide. And then you have to fight for voting rights of the stuff that you won. It's a totally disgusting rigged system, and the Democrats have it too. They have it more with the supers, with the and what they're doing with Sanders, which
right.
That's his problem. But I tell you what, this Republican Party stuff, it's a disgrace what goes on. But the good news is we're winning by a lot, so we'll get it, and we're going to win. Now they're all predicting that I'm winning, and I hear we're doing very well over here. But the whole system, it's beyond even that. As you said it perhaps even better than I can say it. The whole system is somewhat rigged. It's hurting children. It's hurting people who want to get great education, because you look at what's going on with colleges and how the cost is going up. And the reason it's going up is that young kids go borrow money from the government, and they're like a conduit to the college. So the colleges aren't watching their costs because they're getting money from the federal government, so they keep raising their costs disproportionately high. And the kids are getting actually killed because they're borrowing so much money to get through college. And then, of course, they get out, they can't get a job. Tough stuff.
Yeah, well, I've got millennials that are deep in debt, too, so I understand what you're saying. Can I run a headline by you and get some thoughts on the Russian Su-27 that did a barrel roll Friday over the top of the U.S. Air Force RC-135? Right. I mean, if a guy takes a swing at me enough times in the bar, at some point I at least block the punch. Right. Talk to me about that news story.
Well, I think it's terrible. I mean, I watched it. And it just shows how low we've gone, where they can toy with us like that. And, that plane kept going by, and these guys are probably sitting there saying, what is happening? They work all their lives. They go to Annapolis, and they do a good job. But all of their lives, they're working. And to be sailors, to be fighters, to be whatever, and they get taunted like this. And really, that's a lack of respect. Now, normally an Obama, let's say a president, because you want to make at least a call or two, right? But normally Obama would call up Putin and say, listen, do us a favor, don't do that, get that maniac, just stop it. But we don't have that kind of a president. He's going to be out playing golf or something. But I don't know, at a certain point you can't take it. I mean, at a certain point you have to do something that you just can't take that. That is not right. It's against all, when you talk about Geneva Convention, I mean, there's got to be things that are against it. You can't do that. That's called taunting.
Yeah.
But it should certainly start with diplomacy, and it should start quickly with a phone call to Putin, wouldn't you think?
Well, I would think so, yeah.
And if that doesn't work out, I don't know. At a certain point when that sucker comes by, you're going to shoot. I mean, you're going to shoot, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a total lack of respect for our country, and it's a total lack of respect for Obama, which, as you know, they don't respect.
I, unfortunately, am up against a hard break, which means that my time is very tight.
Don't worry. I am, too, because I'm going out to Indiana. I'm all over the state today, and we're campaigning. But they said this show is a great show. It's a popular show, so you must call. So that's why I did it.
And I appreciate you doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Great honor. Thank you very much.